don't want to share my screen with my audience. All of a sudden, I've got a thing I can share my screen with my audience. Very interesting. Wild. Hello, 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 everyone. Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a beautiful, glorious, sunshiny day. It is 2 degrees Celsius, which means it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is sloppy out there from the muck and the snow and everything. Hey, Susan, welcome. Nice to see you. Okay, today we're continuing on with. Let's just move some stuff out of my. I had cleaned this. You know how it goes. So we're going to continue on with this. Hey, Jan. Hi, Anne. This. Now, I got a private message from a viewer asking that I not do this. She would like to see how I do it. So I've got this semi-ready to go. I'll explain what I have done. Let me just grab my stuff here. Okay, so I used tracing paper, and I traced the umbrella, and I traced the skirt. So I cut out a piece of cardstock for the umbrella. See, it matches really quite nicely. So tracing paper. Then I used carbon paper to put it down. Yeah, I still have carbon paper. Hey, Raoul, nice to see you. Hope you're feeling much better today. I used carbon paper, put it on the cardstock. Now I can't find my skirt piece. There it is. There's my skirt piece. So I have those two pieces. The skirt's not quite the same, but that's okay. So I pulled red fabric out for the umbrella. It's a horkin' huge piece of fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lop it off over here. And what happens, happens. Because I really, you go into the back 40 and you see something you want and you grab it. And that's it. And then I pulled out this for the skirt. I thought that was like a lovely, only a bit of a headache. Okay. Do you want me to talk quieter? I don't know if I can talk quieter. So I've got this. I don't know if it's an organza. I don't know what it is. It was for an old shirt. I liked the pattern because, let's face it, it's dots, guys. It's dots. Okay. So I've got those pieces. I also pulled out some felt. So I'm going to be layering it so I get the depth. Right? So, oh, my internet connection was restored. Was blah blah blah. Was I going around and around and around? Not sure. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to cut out these pieces from felt. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of trace around them because I can. And this one I'm going to cut a couple of layers because I want it that little bit higher. The felt is not as thick as the cardboard that I used for doing the foliage. So I'm going to do 2 layers. Then I'm going to do a smaller layer right for the very, very top part. Morning, Belinda. Nice to see you. And Jan, who haven't I said hello to? Hello, Anne. Hello, Belinda. Hello, Raoul. Hello, Susan. Hello, Jan. Did I catch everyone? I hope so. So as I said, I'm going to cut out 2 of these because I want it to have a bit more depth. I'm going to also do almost like a half piece for the top so that it has the shape. And I think I'm just going to do a single layer for the skirt because it's felt. So it's got a bit of a depth to it. Not sure if, we'll see. We can always add more before I finish it off, right? So let's cut these 2 pieces first. And again, I'm working on the umbrella. So obviously I'm not going to embroider it or stitch it or anything. But I did get the tree and the branches done. I don't know. I should hold this up so you guys can see it. I should hold it up. So all the branches are done. This, I'm not doing across this side because I haven't decided if it's going back on the frame. Either way, I'm going to be cutting it this size, and what is happening after that, I don't know. If I put it back on the frame, I will leave that and paint it black. But anyway, I have the tree trunk all embroidered, stitched, whatever. I have the layers for the foliage. I clamped this. I don't know if you remember me clamping this, but it smushed the cardboard. It made it much flatter. Yeah, changing weather radically changes. Yeah, it does include colds and nonsense. Really does. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. Gentle reminder, I will not be streaming on Sunday. I will be at the fundraising video for Janet. Okay, so the 2 layers make it equal to 1 layer of the foliage. Maybe what I'm going to do is just do 1 layer because she's farther away. I really want the tree to be more outstanding than anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut that half that I was talking about. Hey, Marguerite, welcome, welcome. Yes, happy Friday. So I'm going to go like this. Now, I don't want to put it on top. It's going to leave the line. I'm going to put it underneath this one, just like that, so that it'll have a gentler slope. It won't have the ridge. The way we've got the ridges on here, I like the ridges on here. So I'm going to put that piece underneath. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to glue them to this piece. Okay? So I hope everybody's having a good Friday, a good week, that everybody's had a good week. I've had a week. That's all I'm saying about it. Okay. And of course, I can trim that down. And I probably will end up trimming that down to match this, right? Then we're going to put glue over the whole thing. This is the direction it goes, like that. And I don't want to push it down too tight because I just want it to kind of stick. And I don't want that ridge showing, right? So I'm just going to leave it like this. You can still sort of see the ridge, but once it's covered in fabric, I'm hoping that that's not going to be as noticeable. Then I'm just going to go to the back side. Yeah, I used that ucky sticky glue because I want to make sure it stuck down well. So now I'm just going to trim it to match my template, because now I'm going to cover it in the red fabric and I'm going to put it onto there so that we'll have this happening. Now, if you can see, this umbrella has where I know what those are called. I can't remember, but I know what these things are called. I'll call them spokes for now. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this red fabric. Awesome. Spines, yeah, spines. That could be it. We'll go with spines. Thank you, Jen. So this piece of fabric was doubled. Look, I've got lots. This is going to go in the bin, the bag of fabric scraps beside me. So now, because it's going to be on top of this, I'm going to waste a fair bit of it, but that's quite all right. I'm going to take this paper again, and I'm going to put it underneath. I love carbon paper. Do you guys still have carbon paper? I love carbon paper. Don't forget, guys, this is an experiment. Arm thingies. Yes, yes, yes. arm thingies. I like arm thingies. Okay, so I did that. Can just barely see them, which is fine. Absolutely fine. So this is the direction it goes in. So that would be there. This goes to... Wait a minute. Why are you guys so long? That, and it would go this way. The reason I want them is because once I've got this fabric glued down, I want to know where I'm going to be drawing ribs. Ribs! Thank you, ribs. That's it. I have a stack of carbon paper because, let's face it, I don't throw anything out. Ever. Okay, ribs. I like it. Spines, ribs. Some sort of bony things. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to trim the fabric around. But I'm not following like the exact direction of it. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, so you know when you're sewing, you have to kind of give it some gathers for it to fit nice. Okay, it's pretty deep. I don't think I need it quite that big because I don't want it to bulk out any more than it already is. So I'm just going to snip in a little closer. Going to leave that, but I will get rid of this. Oh, that might have been a little close. We'll see. We'll see. It's okay. So, just making sure that these spines kind of line up with the points still. Can you see that? I don't know how well you can see the lines, the points. Thingies, yeah. So where it's got a point, I am just going to snip in a little bit. And then where it is arced, I am also going to do some little snips in. Let's have scissors that cut. Come. These ones I will cut better. These ones I know cut better. Now the reason we're doing this is so that when we're wrapping the fabric around the paper, it's got the little bit, it's not going to be as bulky and I can overlap and adjust, if that makes sense. Because as you can see, I'm going to have to, this one now has, hey Sherry, welcome. Oh no, an allergic reaction, can't eat beans anymore. Oh my, that's sad. Green beans or legume beans? Rowell? Okay. I'm sure you guys have done this many times over the years. Well, us old folks anyways. Remember when we used to do those photo albums on binders and we had to do all the wrapping and we would do the fancy frames on the front? That kind of thing. I remember. I'm trying to push it down, not tight, but just so that I don't have too much of a bulk underneath. Because when I put it on here, I want it to be semi-flat. Okay, my points aren't lining up. It's okay. It's okay. See, now I've got quite a bit of an overlap there. I'm going to trim this because we don't want that bulk on the bottom. or not that amount of bulk on the bottom. All beans? Oh, sorry to hear that. I love beans too. I make all my own baked beans and stuff. There's just something about them, like they're very nutritious. See, I have a big bubble here. I'm just going to trim that down as well because that's just going to add bulk. And it's not gluing down nicely either. Is this making sense to you guys? And you're probably thinking, what is she doing now? Well, I'm winging it. You guys know that I wing a lot of things. Now, I've cut that too short. I know that. It's fine. It's fine. I can cut this one down. So that I can wrap it over. All right. All right, all right, all right. Come on. I need you to stick down. I need you to stick down. Smoked dried fish. I like smoked chicken. I like smoked fish too. But since we haven't had our cottage anymore, we don't have the amount, we don't get enough fish, or, we don't smoke what we catch. We eat it right away because we miss it. Okay, my hands are sticky. So these aren't, I have to leave it alone, is what has to happen here, Kim. Push them down and walk away. Maybe. Okay, not sticking, add more glue. And I don't want to put the clothespins on it again because I don't want it to get flat, right? So we're just going to do this and we can put it aside, let it dry. Maybe. Okay, I'll have to do that when my hands aren't quite as sticky. But we're going to have an umbrella. And it's going to be puffy. Not quite as puffy as I anticipated because I've smushed the felt down and got it wet. I need to go and wash my fingers. I'll be right back. Right. So now we're going to do the skirt, and we're going to do the skirt exactly the same way. We're going to cut out some felt. I'm going to cut out a little bit thicker for the bottom so that it kind of fluffs out. Oh, where are we? You made scones this morning? Nice. Mushroom and broccoli. Oh, Alfredo, nice. You like tofu? I'm not a fan of tofu. Breathing is more important. Definitely. Breathing's much more important. Yeah, that's scary when you have breathing problems with your allergic reactions. Really, really is. Okay. Let's trying to save stuff, right? Like trying not to I don't know why I'm saying I don't want to waste it. Not only, I think it's more a case of, Kim, you just need to use this stuff up because you have bins. Bins, I tell you. That's sad. Allergic reactions to food. I can't eat peanuts anymore. Can't eat peanuts anymore. Now, I'm thinking because my umbrella is only 2 layers deep. Here's a toothpick. Use this. Push it down. Get down there. I think I probably should have done 2 layers of the cardstock to put it on because I feel like it's bending a little bit as I am pushing this fabric down onto it. I'm going to be playing with that all afternoon, I can see, because it's being a twerp. So maybe I am just going to put the 1 layer on the skirt. Can you see what I'm thinking, guys? Like, can you see the depth it's going to have when it's glued down? Hey, Andrea, nice to see you. We're playing with this silly thing again. Okay, so I'm just going to take a piece of this and I'm just going to wrap it around and glue it down. And this is how I'm giving this stuff depth. I still haven't figured out if I want to do the lampposts or not. I just don't know. So we kind of agreed that it's gathered at the top, right? So when I'm putting it around here, if I do this, can gather it on top, bring it over and glue it. You know what? I might just want to do a running stitch on that just to pull it tight. Let's get a needle and thread here. Stuff everywhere. Yeah, thanks. Well, I really wanted to get the tree done. And then I got a message from a viewer asking if I could do this on my live so that they could see what I did instead of just explaining it or doing it with the pictures. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Ugh. You know, Kim, if you would have. Sorry, guys, I'm putzing here and just bear with me a minute. No snow. Nothing but snow, no pollen. Yeah, I don't look forward to pollen season here. Because not only do we get pollen, we also get grass mold, right? Like leaf mold, because it's so wet. Okay. Don't pull that one, pull this one. There we go. There we go. Much better now. Yeah, see, all that stuff's letting go. Ha! We'll fix it. We'll fix it, guys. Spring and summer. You know what? It's +2 here today. It's really weird. We've had melting and all kinds of weird stuff. It's just okay. First of all, I'm going to trim off this seam piece here because I'm not really too worried how frayed this is. I can't remember the last time I was at a beach. Blue fingers and toes, that's not fun. Is that, you live near the beach? Oh, yeah, I've heard you guys have lovely beaches there. You don't force snow on anyone. Me neither. But if they want to come and dig it out of my yard, they're welcome to it. So, like I say, I am just going to, and I'm going to go about 1/2 inch in because I need this stuff to wrap around the side as well, right? So I'm just going to do a quick running stitch. I don't care how big it is. I just need it to gather so that it will look like the skirt is gathered. Okay, so we've got that. Then what I'm going to do is measure it to this. That's good. And I'm just going to go back through it just to hold it in place. I know those of you who sew are cringing to beat the band. I know that. I feel it. I never said I was a seamstress. I like 4 seasons. Yep, me too. I like the 4 seasons. Okay, just trim those off because we're gluing them down. Oh, now is there a right side and a wrong side to this? I'd say that's the wrong side. Yeah, that I'm sticking with that. That's the wrong side. So I'm going to glue this way with this gathered stuff here. That I may end up using a thing on. One of these here things. Because I really want that to stick down. I want the gathers to be there. We're going to put that to the side and see if we can get this silly thing to stick down. Without getting me all sticky. Where's that stick? What are you magnanimous about? You like the change in the landscape? Yeah, I like the change in the landscape too. I like it when the snow is pristine and we don't have rabbit tracks through the yard. There's something about it. Fruit juices, yeah. Connecticut has 4 seasons. Added rain and humidity with spring and summer. We had quite high humidity last year too. Okay, so I'm going to take scissors and I'm just going to trim this little piece off because it's out in bulk. Come on, I need you to come around. Come around. Okay, I'm covered in glue again. You don't drink, don't smoke. Healthy fruit juices. I've just started adding turmeric to a lot of stuff. I like the lime green color that my chicken soup goes. Yeah, if I smoked, I wouldn't be breathing either. All right. So now I've put my thumb right in the middle of that glue. So I've got these corners. I just want to work down into the back side. Just going to go around and around and around until I like the shape of it. Trying not to get glue on the front side. Probably it would have worked much better if I'd have used a hot glue gun, but then you guys would have actually heard me cursing because I would have burned my fingers. And I'm trying to be a good girl online here. Oh, this is just okay. Suggestions, anyone? This is annoying. Someone, anyone? See, when I used to do this in the past, I would put pins in and hold it. I don't have pins here. You know, if I'd have cut out two of those cardboards or two of those, I could have put another one on top and sandwiched them together, which probably would be a good thing. So let's just do that. Even just a plain piece of paper. I have a plain piece of paper. I had a plain piece of paper. Kim was cleaning, and you know what happens. There's the card stuff. Let's just do another one of those quickly. Carbon paper. My clothespins. I don't want to use the clothespins because I really don't want it to smush, squish the felt. Because if the felt gets wet, it's not going to be, it's going to be flatter than I wanted it. So I am going to go and cut inside the lines on this because I really hadn't planned on the white showing. As I said, this is an experiment. We're just playing, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, so be it. Okay, so. Oh, it's beautiful sunny. It's beautiful sunny right now. I was actually out in the greenhouse this week. It was lovely to be out there. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Hold it down. Tuck that in if I can. Doesn't want to tuck in. Okay, I'm going to get really mucky here. I'll need to go and wash again. Sorry. Yeah, much better. Much better. And see how nice and thick that is? We've got the puff. We have the puff. So when in doubt, put another piece of paper on it. And use that to help hold it down. Then we're just going to put a whole bunch of glue on it. And we're going to place it on the picture. Really? Let's put it where it goes on the picture. Rainforest, rain most days. Yeah, that's how I celebrate a lot of stuff too, Roel, is spending it with the Fibs. I got the puff, I do. Just gonna hold it down just for a minute or two, just to make sure we've got it. Yeah, well, be glad you didn't talk to me on Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday. Ugh. I went to Michael's and I lost my mind. Okay, so we got the puff. We've got the puff. Hey, Pam, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take a, it's not going to be getting wet, so I'm just going to use a gel pen and I'm just going to make those lines darker for the ribs, spines, arm thingies. You know, these, we're not. Now, I probably could have stitched those a little bit to give it that little bit more shape, almost like darts. But since I wasn't really sure what I was doing with it, how did I lose my mind at Michael's? Well, I went to Michael's. I needed a ball of yarn. And I bought a whole bunch of other stuff, like marbling acrylic. Anyway, I needed a ball of yarn. Get to the checkout, and there is only one cashier. Everything else is automated checkouts. And the cashier would only serve me if I had cash. Well, I don't stop and get cash when I'm leaving town. I'm so used to using my debit card, I don't even think about picking up cash. And I hate using automated machines because it takes away jobs. They don't add anything to our economy. I've never seen an automatic cashier go and buy something and come and put their paycheck into the economy the way a person would do. Um, so I kind of lost it. I was really, really, really irritated about it to the point where I was foaming at the mouth. So I came home and dissed them on my Facebook page and sent them a message on their Facebook page. I emailed them and I called corporate. Because really, it's like they say they support the community that they're in, right? Like they've got that thing right on their website, giving back to the community. Well, how are you giving back to the community if you don't have people have jobs spending their money in the community, right? So yeah, and of course my kids are going, uh, what's the matter with you, Mom? And it's like, really? Come on. If you think about it, there are so few jobs for people entering the workforce right now because the primary jobs used to be waiter, waitress, retail, those kinds of things. Did I get a response from anyone at Michael's? The only response I got was, please fill out the survey. So I just kind of reiterated what I said. Yeah, but I mean, Home Depot, oh, yeah, it's very irritating. So anyway, I was very, very, I do not mind waiting in line for a cashier. I really don't, because I used to work in the employment industry, getting people jobs, um, people with varying abilities. And those are the kinds of jobs that quite a few individuals with disabilities can handle. It's like a cashier or customer service kind of jobs, right? stocking shelves, whatever. So, oh, I just, yeah. Ron was ready to phone the kids and say, "You're not coming for supper. Your mother's on a tear." But he didn't, which was good because my kids calmed me down a little bit. But oh my goodness, I can't believe just how rampant it made me. I'm not proud of it, but seriously. Yeah, exactly. COVID did change a lot of things. But I mean, if I'm at the grocery store and there's only self checkout, I don't go to them. No way. No way. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so I'm just trimming down the back part a little bit so it's not so thick when I wrap it around because I've already got a fair bit of bulk from gathering it. Not that we can tell it's gathered anymore, but we're doing it, guys. We're just doing it. Just doing this. We'll see what happens. It's going down no matter what. And again, I probably should have cut a piece of fabric or paper to go on that. This is a dry baby wipe. You know what? I think I can get away with like a 1 inch dot of that paper. We'll just take a piece off. Doesn't have to be big. It just has to help hold it down. And I didn't get my seniors discount on the machine. They didn't give me the seniors discount. In fact, I had a friend saying that even with cash, now she really has to fight for a seniors discount. So it's like, Michaels, I'm done with you. I am just done with you. You're sewing yourself a jumper? Nice. Nice, nice. All right. So this is a really wonky looking little skirt, guys. It's going to be cute. Maybe not quite as I envisioned because I am so sticky again that I need to do something about my fingers. 12 more or less self checkout. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What color's the jumper, Pam, before you disappear on us? Okay, so let's put this down and see what we've got. See, it bulges out higher than the umbrella. That's not what I was looking for. I wonder if instead of putting the felt in, what if I just took the cardstock skirt? Let's do another one because that's not the way I wanted it. Get that carbon paper again. And I know it's not pretty, but it's okay. And Joanne's, no, no. Denim colored cotton, nice. Nice, nice. Okay, so these are pretty much straight sides, Kim, so we'll just do it this way. We'll do a straight side, waistband, down the other side, and we can do just a little bit of a wobble cut along the edge, make it a little bit cute. Could have been a little bit bigger. It's okay. Just doesn't have the shape that I wanted. We'll go like this. Like that. How's that? Then we'll just take the fabric. And we're just going to glue it on and over. Joann's is nearing bankruptcy. I wonder why that is. They're out of touch with their customer base. I think a lot of the businesses are out of touch with their customer base. Okay, so that white is really blatant underneath. Like, can you see how white that is? What do you think I should, you know what, how about if I just take a blue pencil crayon and just give it a little quick shade, just so it's just not so blatantly white. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on the blue side. And I'm just going to lay this down on top. Like that. Still pretty white, but it could be worse. Bad selection? Oh dear. See, that's what I feel about Michael's as well. Their prices are pretty high. Hey, Dusty, welcome. Their prices are pretty high, and it's just not consumer friendly, I find. Okay, so I'm going to treat this piece of fabric like I would a piece of paper, and I am just going to cut around the edge of this now. A different phrase, so be it. Maybe I should have put a piece of blue tissue paper on that white. Didn't think of that. Still working on this picture, Dusty. One of the viewers private messaged me and asked if I could save this part of it and do it online because they didn't think they would be able to understand it from. So it's a little bit raised. If I put another piece of paper behind it, let's glue that down to another piece. I'm just working quietly. You don't go to Michael's anymore? Yeah. So, of course, I bought this marbling stuff, not even thinking that I needed a water conditioner thing to go with it because it's an acrylic paint that you dribble on water and then you marble. I used to do a lot of marbling. I love marbled paper, and I did an awful lot of it when Ron used to make models because the tester paints were an oil base. So they would float on the water and I would get just incredible. I haven't found a reasonably priced online supplier yet. Anyway, I'm ordering the conditioner from Amazon. So I'm trying kind of to go at an angle for this so that it's higher, but it's not I really didn't want the bottom paper showing, but it will be what it will be. That's better. What do you guys think? Is the pattern too big? Okay, I'm gluing that down to the canvas now. Now, the decision is, how do I want to do, or what do I want to do with the background? I still don't know what I want to do with these street lights, but I think this is all of the stuff that I'm really going to be focusing on raising up, unless I end up doing the street lights. I just haven't, like these lamp posts. Excuse me, sorry. I haven't, I thought maybe if I used some rolled paper, cut it in half, will I frame the end results? Well, this was on this frame roll. So I pulled it off the frame. So what I was thinking is, if I put it back on the frame, of course I would staple it back down, and paint the sides black. Does that make sense, Raoul? I just didn't want to do this on top while it was on the frame, because it really gets warped. And this way I figured I would still be able to stretch it and flatten it that little bit. Like you can see, it's not as flat as it was. It's warped because I've got so much junk on it already. But it's okay. Oh, with her fantasy collages, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've got my tree. We'll see. The other thing is it's got a lot of depth. Like this is probably a good 3/4 of an inch to an inch thick. That part of the foliage I did there. Yeah, it's close to 3/4 of an inch thick here. Yeah, exactly. Shipping costs. I used to do mosaics with a friend of mine across town, but I got away from that. I've got so many hobbies. So, I've got some loose stuff here that I should probably just stick down. I just put tissue paper over on to really, really anchor this stuff down. So I don't know, like I say, I don't know if I'm going to do a layer of paint over it, or I'm looking for my glue lid. I don't know if I'm going to paint it. If I'm going to leave the background, maybe paint the background so that it's at least more similar to. Ideas, anyone? Hobbies are good. Me too, Anne. Yeah, me too, Belinda. And shipping, if I buy anything in the States and have it shipped, not only do I have to pay the exchange rate, but the shipping rate is usually really out of my price range. Yeah. I haven't touched my scavenger hunt in a while. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some, see, that's browns under there. I don't know if I want to do like maybe a brownie green. I'm going to be painting all these, the backgrounds between as well, right? So maybe I'm going to do a brownie green and just do it lighter, lighter, lighter to the very tips. If that makes sense to you guys. Makes perfect sense to me. In my head, it makes perfect sense. Oh, sure, I completely forgot about that. Oy, I've got cat stamps too I should send you. So I want a dark green, and we're going to make it even darker with just a bit of black in it. And then I'm going to lighten it from there. We'll start with this. This is Christmas green. Glossy cardstock. Where are we here? Certain types of paper, what I'm looking for at a good price. Glossy cardstock. You know what I use instead of glossy cardstock, Flo? I use poster board. You can get packages of poster board at Staples. And they're cut to like 16 by... They're quite a decent size. And they're glossy one side. Yeah, I get you. I get you, Flo. Okay, so I'm going to be using a fair bit of dark green. And like I say, I'm going to add just a little bit of black. I don't have any here right now, Belinda. It's back in the back 40, and I'm not going digging. I have paint in 3 different locations in my areas. That's why I'm adding the black, because that will give it some depth. And it will take out a little bit of the greenish color. It'll make it more muddy, if that makes sense, because this is a very muddy canvas. So I just blobbed the green out and I put a drop of black in, mixed it up. I don't know how I can get you a true visual of that green. Yes, Raoul, I will get to it. I have to clear the desk off so that I can record the video. In fact, I need to clear this desk off for when I do the lives too, because I happen to look at, oh my goodness, I don't know how you guys can watch me. I appreciate it, but I just don't know how you do it. Okay, I'm looking for a kind of stiffish brush. I don't know what this is. This is probably a kid's brush that I got from the neighbor. It feels like a hog's hair bristle, so it's that little bit stiffer, and that's what I'm looking for. Now the trick's going to be to get in around the branches without getting on the branches. And I'm just going to just kind of push and let it spread. That's better. That's better. And yeah, I'll go over the edge because that's okay. That's lifting. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to do over some of this tissue paper. The tissue paper, I have to admit, has some lovely, lovely texture to it. Really trying hard not to get it on the embroidery. I'm going just up over the lowest edge of the tissue. Poster board won't work for that. Has to slide. So we're just doing this, where I don't have to worry about the stitching. I can just bounce up and down by it. Pounce technique. Nope. Got it. It's good. By doing it this way too, it's not a solid edge. Does that make sense to you guys? That it, you know when you paint and you get a hard line? Doing it this way, just putting your brush down and pushing and letting it spread out. Yeah, it has a tendency to make an ugly brush. There are lots of uses for ugly brushes. But it gives a softer edge so that I can come in with a lighter color, green on top, and it's not going to look like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense to you guys? Hey, Jean Peter, how are you? How'd your boy do? How'd he do? Everything good? Are you good? Jean is doing an entire book, a coloring book of alphabet critters like we played with last week. He's good. Awesome. Good to hear that, hon. Good to hear. So I'm playing with this silly canvas, you know, because I can. You're having lunch with your oldest granddaughter. Nice. Say hi to her from us. I guess you're at her place. She's not at yours, raiding your room. I'm assuming. £100 is $18.99 for 50. Also have £80. Okay, what kind of paper and where are you doing? Nice. That's a special treat, Jean, getting to spend time like that with your granddaughter. I miss spending time with my granddaughter. Now, I know that a lot of this was really the lighter green as well, but I just want to get some of this happening here. All right. Looking for spots that I may have missed. Not too concerned. Because the layering has just begun. Oh, glossy cardstock? Okay. Yeah, 5 cents a sheet. I know. We had a printer in Steinbach, And they used to sell 8.5 by 11s for 10 cents sheet, and I could get any color under the sun. And then the printer is still there because they do the local newspaper, but they closed their stationery store down, and that is a heartbreaker. Nope, I don't want blue. Okay, so I put the green on, and I put the green away because why? Things are just skyrocketing. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. So I'm adding more of the light green to this now because we're going to give it another bounce. Sorry if I seem to be ignoring you guys today. I don't mean to be ignoring you guys today. Just getting the water out. Okay, so this is a little bit lighter now. I'm just going to go in spots over where I put the other stuff down. Not solid. Here and there. Because now we're working up. So it's going from dark to light. Not ignoring you? Oh, good. Awesome, man. That's awesome. I like when stores are, community minded like that. I think it's very, very important. You know, they expect the community to support them. They better support their communities. Does that make sense? Am I just talking that way because I'm old? No, I think that that's the way it should be. All right. So now I can either add a little bit of white or a little bit of yellow. I think I'm going to start by adding a little bit of white, give it a little bit more lighter, and then I'm going to start adding yellows to it because it went quite lime greeny in the end. So I'm adding white to this green. This is quite a step up because I added a fair bit, but it's time to really start showing the difference. If that makes sense to you guys. I do a lot of dot paintings. I go from the darkest color and I add a drop of white and then a drop of white and a drop of white. I've actually sold quite a few of them. But I'll do an entire canvas that way. I love the, what is it? Is it ombre? Ombre? So right away, I will lift this up so that you guys can get a better view and maybe see what I'm talking about doing the layers of color like this. Yeah, I think it's very, very important for businesses to support the communities they're in. Our local restaurants and stuff certainly do. Like they'll chip in towards the kids' baseball uniforms and equipment and that kind of thing. I think it's important. I really, really do. All right. I don't know how well you can see it. Can you see three shades of dark green? Or at least two? Okay, so now I'm going to start adding yellow. I just have to find the yellow. Oh, yellow, where are you? There we go. Oh, thanks, Anne. So now with this, with the yellow added, I'm going to do the entire thing. Now that I'm adding yellow. Just adding a little bit at a time. Because we need a multitude of shades. Not much difference there, but you can't see the difference? Okay. You will need to trust me, hun. It's there. Don't want it solid over anything. Want to be able to see the other colors underneath if possible. Okay, Sherry, take care, hon. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, Dusty, where do you sell your items? Muppet Christmas Carol? Okay, let's see if you can see this now. Can you start seeing the difference now, Belinda? That's more. You would do a video and sell? Okay. A little bit more yellow. And I'm just going to keep adding yellow until I get the bright lime green that I need. And again, just going to take some minute. because we want all the different greens to show through because it's going to give it that depth that we're looking for. Yes, is there anybody in blue who could put YouTube channels up, please? My ladies with the blue dresses on. And if there isn't, maybe somebody else would like a blue dress and could do it. Okay, how can we do this so is it a bit more visible now? Are we starting to see? You have the blue but Stinkit links. Anybody else able to do that? I'll turn you blue. Anyone? Okay, Dusty, you mind being changed to a mod? PK44. There you go. Please put in your channel and anybody else who has a channel. I would appreciate it. Are you blue? Pretty sure I turned you blue. Maybe we need to put something in chat and it'll start showing. There you go. Dusty with the blue dress on. Okay, let's add some more yellow. See, the green is getting lighter and lighter and lighter. All it takes is just a little bit of a lighter color. She does look lovely in blue. Just a gentle reminder, folks, I will not be here on Sunday as they're doing the sale for Janet, to support Janet. So I have posted the link for that on my community tab. It's in Meet Your Creativity, and it is in the description box below. Lovely blue unicorn. She is a lovely blue unicorn. All right, more yellow. Yeah, Jean was working on her letters Tuesday evening. She does such beautiful doodle work, you know? One day, one day. Oh, wouldn't it be? Yeah, Belinda and I were chatting this morning, and I said, "Oh, I got to dust." The sun was just shining in the right spot when I was on my way down here, and I just realized how much dust I've got in my living room. So that'll be a fun thing to do this evening. It'll take an hour or so because I have stuff. Oh, speaking of stuff, look what Ron did. He brought me these yesterday. I have new little wooden stamps. Okay, Raoul. Sauerkraut and potatoes. Mmm. All right. I don't know where I left off. So I'll just add a couple more and all will be okay. That's the nice thing about doing trees like this. They don't have to be uniform. Well, thanks. I'm excited. I want to play with them. I haven't played with them yet, obviously, because they're still wood. But wouldn't they be nice, like on an ATC or something? I think I might have to put some paint down and try them on something. On something. Okay, see how nice and light that's getting? I might just do them blobs. Just blobs. Yeah, I told him I bet you I know a few people who wouldn't mind one of those to play with. So I don't know what he's doing. He's out in the shop. That's all I know. He's out playing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking I could use them on the gel plate for sure, especially my small plates, right? Because so often, if you're doing something small like the ATCs or the Twinchies or whatever, you want something small. And I think those actually would even work nicely on a Twinchie because, well, I've got Twinchies right here on the desk. Maybe we'll stamp one when I finish this tree. Because we can't have a stream without a squirrel or a rabbit hole, right? Not allowed. You're the middle child? Weird, wacky, and wicked. I fit in that category. Well, that's a lot of yellow. That's okay. Next time, I've got this one, and probably the next time round it will be the color that I want, and then it will be done. We'll let it dry, and we will play with those stamps a little bit. See what happens. Like Bruno, what? Oh, sorry to hear that, Anne. Run off the edges of twinges, maybe. Sisters. $1986. Sorry, Belinda. Marguerite has 4 girls. I grew up with one of my friends was one of 4 daughters, and her dad always joked that if any boy showed interest, he would show him where the stepladder was and which was their bedroom window, because he didn't want to have to pay for all those weddings. I have my adoptive sister who is 11 years older than I am, and I have 2 birth sisters and a brother. And so very many friends that I consider family. We getting the feel for it now? Oh my, Anne. Yes, exactly. I have sisters who are by choice rather than birth as well. Well, I can't really say that. I mean, my birth sisters, I don't really know. Well, I do, but I don't. Does that make sense? Ooh, I think I need either more yellow or a little bit of white. One of my birth sisters lives in a different province. I've met her twice. The one in Winnipeg, I don't see very often. So this really light, I'm just doing on the tops because that's where the you think the lightest would be. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing it on the very, very tops of the stuff that I added. And you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of white. Your younger sister did runway shows? That's awesome. Okay, that added, lightened it. Maybe I should wait until it dries to add this layer because it seems to be being absorbed from my point of view. Try and get it without the glare. Jealousy can be an awful thing. Okay, so we're going to let that dry because I'm pretty sure that this last color got absorbed by how wet it was underneath. So we're going to put that over there. And since I got this here, and I got these new stamps, and I've got these twinchies, I've got a yellow one, this green one. I don't think jealousy is one thing. You're right. I don't know exactly what we're doing here. We're just going to add some color to these twinchies because that will work. Just going to grab a piece of this so that I can go off the pages. This is just cereal box liner. Look, I'm mucky. You know, one day I will learn to not be mucky when I art. So I'm just going to use this brush because I got it here. Now, the first couple of times you use a wooden block, it may not pick up the paint as nice as you would like it to because it's still very porous, right? So sometimes I will water it down just a little bit. Look how nice. It fits a twinchie perfectly. See what happens? That gives a nice little pattern. Well, I like that one. Just going to add some texture to my backgrounds. Whoa! Oh, that just landed paint side down on my lap. That's okay. It is almost like gel printing. See, as it gets a little bit of a buildup of paint and is sealing it, you get more idea of oh, you know what? Let's put 4 together. Or even 3 together, and we'll just stamp it right in the middle. Like this. Okay, so, you know, didn't do too well on that. Not too well on that. The reason being is because it was pretty dry when I decided, let's switch them this way. We'll do it this way now. And we'll get it wet first. We'll get it, paint on it now, and do it again. It's okay if you just have hints of things, guys. It really is perfectly fine. Gives it that little bit of mystery when your prints aren't perfect. Thanks, Jen. Okay, so I don't know why that one and this, why aren't they showing nice? This is a house paint. That could be why. Do I have a bubble underneath maybe that it's not Let's use a piece of foam or something underneath. You know how we've got those foam, we use foam when we're stamping? Let's try that. I'm just going to grab a piece of foam. I know where they are. Or even a piece of felt. You know, something that's thicker, softer fabric that will help you with the impressions. I have lots of fun foam. I used a lot of it when I was designing Halloween costumes because it's lovely. Okay, let's find something else to do them on. Those are inchies. Let's pull some twinchies. Okay, we'll take this one and this one. I'm just looking for lighter ones. I might show on that. We'll see. We will see. Let's try it this way. This way we've got the soft underneath. And I'm going to put them like this, and I'm going to do them in the corners again. 2 sets of twins. Oh. Not sure I would handle twins well. Eating and typing? Haha. Stuck. Much better. Much better. Again, soft. This one you can't see because probably the same paint. You can see the marks on that one. Comes out beautiful on a light picture's fuzzy. Better? And it came out nice on this one as well. So now I'm going to turn them this way. I'm going to stamp it again. Again, if the paint is a little bit thinner, you get a nicer print, but it has a tendency to smear. So then we'll play with that one. Hints. That one's just got hints. This one actually, I really like this, the way this background turned out. All right, so that's this one. Can't see it. Maybe if I did it just on a plain white piece of paper, you'll see it better. Look, I have cardstock. Plain white cardstock, and you know, if I do it on the plain white cardstock, I can cut it out and add it into that file of stuff I need to doodle on. You want your third to be twins? I think that's a nice little stamp. Nice little stamp. The only concern I have is some of the cuts are pretty thin. That I could see that they might clog up with paint. So definitely I would like to use a thinner paint with this. What happens if we add just a little bit of water? It's a lot of water. Oh, it's going to be sloppy. It's going to be sloppy. Not bad, though. All right. I think that I would like to take another brush and just rinse that one off while I'm here. Just because I don't want stuff, clogging up some of those really fine lines. There we go. There we go. Now let's try this other one. Let's use a different color though. Tired of green. Let's use black. Hey, Dana, welcome. I was working on the painting picture thing beside me here, but I have to wait for paint to dry, so Ron had turned me a couple of new stamps, so I wanted to try them out. Trying them out. It's always fun to try new toys. And I like the fact that they're little, so I could use them on ATCs, Twinchies. Ooh, look at that one. That's fun. Oh, thank you for putting Dana's channel up. Did anybody go and check out that 10 by 10, the 10 challenge that she, Beth, and Becca have? It is so much fun. And I like when I get like the wood grain underneath. They don't give a nice second print as a rule. They're very, very pale. Like the ghost prints or whatever. Okay, I want to do this one in black. Never tells his girlfriends that he's got a twin? That's not fun. I like these. I may just cut these out as Twinchies and use them as backgrounds. You can see where it's smudged because it was so wet. I watered it down. Boy and girl twins. Ron's best friend's mom had twins. Different as night and day, those two. Friends of ours had twins. They were identical twins. You could only tell them apart because one of them had a birthmark on her right ear. They would make great stencils. I wonder if I could cut these into stencils. Probably could. Probably could. I'll have to try it. And they were really bad. They were about a year and a half old. two and a half probably. And one of them would come and stand and talk to you and make sure your attention was on them. And they would even hold your face so that you were paying strict attention to them. The other one would be in the kitchen stealing cookies. Brutal. So those are fun. I'm happy with those ones. I will let him know they are Good to go. Oh, my Dusty. Yeah. Could you tell the difference when you were dating? Especially if they were practical jokers, right? Like the kids I went to school that were twins, they used to swap classes because one was stronger in math than the other. Really? You had to read the name tags? Awesome. Yeah, my husband made those. I have a whole set. Like, I've got big ones. These are the smallest he's done so far. But yeah, I've got, I don't know, how big are my biggest ones, guys? Probably 4x6, 3x5. I don't know. They're in a bin over there. They come out when I'm gel plating or doing painty papers or if I'm doing mark making. I love doing the mark making. Oh, thanks, Andrea. You went through grades 11 and 12 with them? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's pull that painting back over here. And again, this is not my painting, right? Well, it's the used painting. Used painting. Throw these back in the Twinchy bin. So yeah, I can see where I can add a little bit more lighter green. But I think it's got the depth I was looking for. I can see that white underneath this umbrella where I put that second layer of paper down. I will have to take a red marker and touch that. So, guys, what do you think I should do with this background? Should I paint it so that it's all dull like this acrylic stuff, or what? Let's add just a little bit more yellow to that. You love the way it is now? Just like this? I definitely want to do something about that. Wonder, even if it still shows a little bit. Let's just take a red marker. That's pink. I want red. I will find a red one. Believe me. Come on, guys. You would think I would have a red marker by now. Sheesh. Yeah. Ha. Got a red. There we go. Red marker. Have things so that I can reach them. And sorry if I'm... Bye, Jen. Oh, which daughter? If it's the one with the baby, big hugs to them both. Well, big hugs to whichever daughter's coming over. Give that baby a big smooch from Auntie. So I'm going to lift this up. Look, it didn't stick anyway. You know what I'm thinking? Not impressed. There. So at least that's going to take away that square of white. We're going to put some more glue down. And I'm going to have to put a book or something on top of it. Because that's got to get stuck down. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. So I don't think I have a clamp that will reach. Phooey. Okay, it's going to go on the floor behind me, and I'm going to stack a book on top. I'm going to take this bin away and put that on top. Clean up this mess I made. Sorry, guys, be right back. There we go. Ha! All right. So we're going to leave that to dry. Played with the new stamps. Oh, I know what I want to show you guys. When my neighbor was moving and I got all that lovely craft stuff from her, I got this. I think these are, I don't know what they're used for. I really don't know what they're used for. I got this. So it's like a 14-inch square. It's got holes in it. I think it's supposed to go on screen doors or something, maybe. I have no idea. Any ideas? It's plastic. There's 3 of them. There were 3 of them. So Tuesday, I took one and I chopped it up. So what I'm thinking, because I can never leave well enough alone, right? So I've got all these flowers and what have you. So I could use them as masks on a gel plate. But I was thinking I could also trace these because they're big enough that I could cut them out. Hey, Anina, welcome. Where did I find this? You know what? I have no idea where my friend found that. Like I say, when she was moving and I got all these craft supplies from her, there were 3 of these things in there. So I figured I could chop one up, but I'm thinking if, as much as I like doing wobble cut flowers, those fan trashy ones that I did, I could do some fan trashy ones like this and have like a whole garden of this shaped flower from one gel print. Does that make sense? That I could have, I don't know. Anyway, I've got these to play with and butterflies. So I was thinking that if I cut out some butterflies out of painty paper and then doodled on them, they could be a lot of fun. I was actually thinking of finding some, going through coloring books and finding things that I could make into something like this that I could trace and cut out. If that makes sense. Well, thank you for coming, Andrea. I appreciate you being here. You have a lovely weekend also. Don't forget, Sunday I won't be streaming, but you'll be able to find me over on the sale for Janet. So what do you guys think? Would those make, or even if I just cut them out of black cardstock, I could have lots of silhouettes. Thoughts? And there's only one of these. Of that whole thing, there's only one flower shaped like that. And one bird. Oh, no, 2. I guess I need to trim this petal off. Small, medium, and large butterflies. Yes, it does look like the wooden butterflies I painted. And the funny thing is, Belinda, I cleaned off that side desk and I found 4 more that I was supposed to have painted, and I have not yet painted them. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. You want me to scan them and send them to you, Anne? I will gladly do that. Don't know how much we could get on one paper, but I'm willing to give it a try. Let's get a piece of white paper and see what I can get onto it. To scan, to scan, to scan. And what about... Oh, could get a multitude of things on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the paper. As much as I can get on one piece of paper, and I'm going to scan it, and I will send it to whoever would like. Yes, no? And then if you've got one of those scan and cut machines, it should be pretty darn easy to... I don't know if you want... I didn't know what to do with this. It just kind of ended. So what I will do is I will scan them. I will glue them down just enough to hold them, because I'm sure that it doesn't really matter, because I'm just going to be tracing them when I do them. And, oh, no, we need these flowers. I will put it on Meet Your Creativity if anybody wants. Let's just trim this down. So you could just go over to Meet Your Creativity and snag a copy. Wonky flowers. I like wonky flowers. I like wonky everything. I like these little ones. They got stars in the middle. I guess you need more vines. Okay. Tell me what you would like on here. Let's get rid of this one, because I don't like the way that one ends. Put that one. And this one. Got a little spot. Ideas, anyone? You know, if I do this and I put it into the Cricut thing, maybe, just maybe, I can just chop an entire sheet to doodle on. I wouldn't have to fussy cut them out. Does that make sense? Is there a small leaf stem? Yes, there is. Get rid of that and do that, because that can fit. How about if I flip this one over? Is there a nicer one? What do you think? Yes, no? And the cool thing is they can be resized too, right? I wonder if double-sided tape would hold them down. What do you guys think? Let's get out some double-sided. Oh, look at this. I have double-sided tape, believe it or not. I just need to... Yeah. And you know what? It's okay if they're going to stick up a little bit, because, like I say, I'm going to use them for tracing onto various things. Because even, like, if you're doing a twinchy or whatever, and you just put it like this, and you trace around it and then doodle in that, Oh, a loop of painter's tape would be even better. You're right. Have that as well. I have lots of painter's tape. Don't you fall over, you. And of course, I've got Gorilla tape and duct tape, packing tape. I do have painter's tape. There it is. Okay, we'll do it that way. You'd love an image of anything? All right. It's large economy size piece of painter's tape here. Need to make it a little smaller. So I will scan it. Like I say, I'll scan it. And you can either grab it from Meet Your Creativity, or I can put it in the community tab too here. They're awfully still today. It's because they're way off in the corner. There we go. Well, I don't know that they're in a negative mood or if they're just feeling neglected. Oh, no, get out of there. Stop that. That didn't work. My friend, he's been my friend since we were teenagers, called me the other night and we were on the phone for a couple of hours. And so he wanted to know what I was working on lately. So I brought the tablet down here and we were chatting and whatever. And I showed him the Yes Men. He just kind of laughed because, well, he's been our friend since we were teenagers. So um, he was commenting on how childlike Ron and I are. Yes, yes, we're childlike. Leave us alone. Oh, maybe my table's not as wobbly today as it usually is either. Could be. Could be, could be. Dusty, would you be able to snag this image from either Meet Your Creativity or this community tab? Because I don't think I've got you on Messenger to send it to you. Oh, maybe I do. This friend, oh my, did he give me what for? I just couldn't believe him. He was just on at me about whatever. Taking my stuff to a local gallery and selling it. It's like, who's gonna buy 100 1-inch monsters? Like, come on. Like, how am I supposed to? You're full of it, dear. Nobody's gonna want 100 1-inch monsters. Yeah, I think we are on Messenger, Dusty. I can send it to you from there then. But yeah, he and I have been friends before Ron and I were together. Ron and I have been together since we were 16. Doesn't sound like he's an artist, Belinda. He's an artist. He's been selling his work for years. So I whatever. I just It's not what I want to do, you know? You guys know that. You guys know that. Okay, those are all stuck down. We're doing these ones. No, I'd actually sent him a little journal that I made, and he doesn't usually have other people's art in his house because his partner is also an artist. His partner actually had his artwork on postage stamps here. So I really appreciate any feedback that I get from either of them. And so, anyway, he's actually got the journal set on a thingy on his cabinet in his living room, and nobody can write in it. Okay, there's just a hint of the green sticking out there. But I mean, if you're going to be using it on a Cricut or whatever, you can fix that up. If you're using it on a scan and cut, I think it'll just scan it lovely and cut it. If you have to fussy cut them out, I'm sorry. Some of them aren't the greatest cut bits because by the time I finished cutting these, my hand was saying, "Are you on glue or something?" You know, your brothers are cranky. Your truck that's not running properly. It is a compliment. I told him if he thought that, he should come back here and be my agent. I just want him home. You know how it is. No sympathy for the fussy cutters. Yeah. It is hard to fussy cut with fat fingers. And it's not like I was really fussy cutting because, like, I mean, if you look at the bird, I have no idea where the heck its beak went. I just kind of wung it because we all know I wing things and, around the flowers and things. And I had no idea what the heck these things were, so I didn't even cut them out. I just threw them away. Yes, Kim threw stuff away. Okay, so I had it so that we had two of those, but now that doesn't fit. So let's put a bigger one in here. We'll see what happens. See what happens. That should take it just nice. Maybe. I don't think I'll get a little one in. Trying to get you as much as I can. It could be used as stencil for the jelly plate. That's why I haven't chopped them all up. I figured that could be fun to use. But it's huge. My thing was, how the heck am I going to store those? So one here and one there. Well, and if they don't come out, like I try and keep in from the edge as much as possible so that we can get, I don't know. I don't think this one's going to go. You'd love to find stencils that size? That's not a stencil. That's like a window screen thing or something. I seriously don't know what it's supposed to be used for. No packaging. But like I say, it's got all those holes, right? So it's for hanging against something. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is it's big. Hey, Julie, welcome, welcome. I was working on a painting for a while, and then we played with some stamps my husband made me. And then I was just showing that I have this thing. I had 3 of them. So I chopped one up. So I'm just going to scan this in after my live and send it. I'll put it up in the community tab here so anybody can just grab it. And I will also put it on Meet Your Creativity if anybody wants to grab it and print it or do whatever with it. So good, so good, so good. Okay, so that's ready to get scanned. We will move that over. These are the stamps he made me. So we were playing with those. Yeah, exactly, Belinda. Exactly. I mean, it might come if I can manage to get it onto the Cricut to scan and cut. Hey, Brenda, nice to see you. I might do some from the funny farm. Oh no, what's going on now, Brenda? I might do just cut a bunch out and send it in Happy Mail or whatever, just for others to doodle and whatever. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I could use them on the gel plate. Actually, if I did them out of paper, they would probably be nicer. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I could definitely use them as masks on the gel plate. I was actually thinking more of using them to cut out shapes so that I could doodle on them and use them as collage fodder. For sure, for sure. I use these on the gel plate, these stamps. They make great marks, great for mark making. So, yeah. What else is new, guys? Should we see if that umbrella has been held down? It's got a bin of journals on it, so it should have pressed it down really good. Much better. Much better. You can see a little bit of shiny glue there, though. Let's see if I can just snag that with a toothpick. I should have a toothpick that doesn't have. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So, what do you think? I think the trees need just another layer of a lighter green. Dusty said she liked it the way it was. We've got the umbrella raised. Let's see. We've got the umbrella and the skirt raised. What do you guys think? Anyone? I think that green needs to be. No, he puts them on the lathe. He does them on the lathe. Oh, yeah. Actually, they make great rubbings too. Like if you've got them and you put a paper on, I show you. I show you. You can make rubbings as well. trying not to run into the other one. Let's take a thinner paper. Grab another piece of paper, Kim. No, that's got paint on it. Don't want to use that one. Let's just, paper. I have lots of paper. But with paint all over my fingers, it's really hard to grab just one at a time. There we go. We'll do a rubbing. I don't have a crayon here, but I do have pencils. Okay. So they can be used in a variety of ways. I like using them on the gel plate though. I like stamping them the way I use them is there as well. Yeah, I was wanting to do another layer of the really lighter yellow green, I think. So I really think that it needs that lighter yet. Dusty liked it the way it was, but I think it just needs, because this is such a much yellower color. And, that's what we were adding the depth for, is to make them brighter and lighter. So I think that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be very, very yellow. Very yellow. All right. So does anybody have exciting plans for the weekend? Anybody doing anything fun, going anywhere? My oldest grandson wants to come and work in the shop with Ron. He's learning to use the lathe. And his girlfriend wants to paint candles. So we will be painting candles. Just crafty plans? Yes. Oh, running errands, add things. Oh my. Oh, sorry, Brenda. Just hoping to get back to the quilt. I want a quilt. You know what, guys? I want to do everything. Because Ron did me the wooden spools, right? Like, I've got the wooden spools now, and I really don't like it with the paper snippet roll. So now I want to do fabric snippet rolls to put on my wooden spools, because I don't want them just sitting on here empty. You guys like this too, that you just, more ideas than time? Yeah, I have to do my zine. Calligraphy. Yeah, I took a course on calligraphy last night, actually. It was a free course. So I had fun with that. Yeah, I wish I could send Brenda a helper as well. I just used my ATC alphabet for the scavenger hunt. See if I can get some of that yellow. Maybe I should just put some yellow. Yeah, more ideas than time and energy. Well, a lot of it for me is because this basement gets cold at night. And I really don't want to pull a heater down here because that's just silly. Okay, another layer. You know what? I wonder if I turn off that little light and I put the big monster lights overhead on, if that might give it a better view of how it looks. Oh, no, you can go over there instead of on the floor. We'll turn this one off. Come on, off. There we go. Much better. Much better. You can see it much better now. Hey, Dusty, thanks for coming. Thank you very much for all your help. Yeah, see, I double cooked yesterday, so I don't have to cook for a couple of days now. We're what cats? You can hide from Mom? Oh dear. What cats? I don't have cats. I could add cats. I don't have pets. I'm allergic to cats, and we had a pair of dogs that were the best dogs in the entire world. Oh, no. That wasn't to the cat. The piece of plastic that was falling. And it's like, no, you don't go on the floor because, I talk to inanimate objects. Don't you? So I'm finding this edge just a little bit blocky. I might have to scrape some of this paint off, change it just a little bit. We'll see. I could always just add some of this really bright yellow right at the tips, this bright green. Oh, that just adds. That just does what I need it to. See? I convinced myself. It's all good. Doesn't look quite so blocky this way. Does it? There. I think I like that much better. Imaginary friends. I got lots of imaginary friends. And I name things. Do you guys name things? I have a rock. It's a very strange rock. We found it in a gravel pit. And it's got some sort of, I don't know if it's a fossil or a different way of calcium bridge in it. Yes, Drop Dead Fred. I love that movie. My kids watched it forever. But it almost looks like teeth, like he's smiling, and I name him Leroy. Okay. You don't name them often? Well, I named my car. I always name my cars. Need these to be much brighter. This new car that we've got is the Goblin because it's green. I don't know. I just name everything. Hey, Beth. Welcome. Nice to see you. Okay. So I think that now I'm happy with the way the tree turned out. I'm happy with my girl and umbrella now that I can't see that white behind. I just don't know what, if anything, we want to do with this stuff. We could just leave it. I will have to come and wash off some of this glue because it's got some dull marks from the glue when I did the uh, step ups for the leaves. I don't know if I'm doing anything with these posts. We still never decided on what I could do with them, should do with them. They're probably just going to get left. How the tree and the lady is the focal points, and I could call this done. Yes, no? Just tell ghosts to go away? I have a lot of ghosts in my life. They don't go away. They don't. Feedback, guys. Leave it. Do something with that background. If I put it back on the frame, the edges will be painted black, and I will glue it down because when I pulled it off, the staples were so buried, like it went and it wrapped around the back. They were different size staples. They were put on with a air stapler, obviously, and they're all different sizes. Embroider the post and Stickles glitter something. I don't know if I want to use glitter. I mean, it looks like a rainy day. I guess I could put some metallic blue for the water. I don't know if that's water or not. And embroider the posts. So if I did the posts, I would do a satin stitch. I'd want something underneath it because they have to be a little bit. Oh, look, I'm getting goop all over that. I can't get goop all over that. Satin stitch. There would have to be something behind so that I've got shape. You like the lady's skirt? Yeah, I'm happy with that, the way that turned out. And just seeing the blue of her sleeves and stuff. Doesn't match, though. Maybe I should paint the lady's skirt in a blue that matches. Texture paste? Oh, yeah. I could texture paste these. Or the bridge thing up there. Maybe. Although I was watching Becca and Mrs. Gigi this morning, and Mrs. Gigi they were doing ladies with hats. And she did the hair. She was taking twists of toilet paper. She twisted it up and glued it down. It looked incredible. Paste on the bridge, maybe? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wonder if my texture paste is still viable or if I would have to make some more. I don't even know where my container is. I can't see it right now. What about, see, if I did it on the bridge, did it smooth and then did all the markings kind of thing, and then I could add paint to it. Spackle from the Dollar Tree. Just some lining, yeah. Some lining, gel pens, yeah. Maybe I'll use that. Okay, let's try that. I have to put this light back on. Sorry. I'm going to put this up against the camera because that light always flares, and there we go. There we go. Okay, let's try some gel pen on this. Okay, clean the brush. You know, I thought I had lots of room on this desk today. I lied. I don't understand how, when you're working with small stuff like this, you get this kind of thing. I think it's because we use so many different things that it's just like rabbits, just multiplies. So those of you who just came in, I got one of the 3 of these things when my neighbor moved, and all those craft supplies. This, I don't know what it's for. It's got things. I'm thinking maybe it's supposed to go over a window. I don't know what it's for. Anyway, I chopped one up. So I took them and I taped them down onto a piece of white paper. I'm going to scan it into the computer, and they will be. I'll make it available on my community tab here. I will put it in Meet Your Creativity, and that way you can use it. You can cut stuff out, use it for stencils, whatever you want to use it for. So that will be up shortly. Okay, what color gel pens should I be using? I can do gel pens, I can do markers. Crafting. A gold pen? Well, I have a gold gel pen. I have a gold gel pen. We just used it the other day. I have a gold gel pen. I'll put these back. Eek, eek. So, what do I want to do? Maybe the top, the bottom. Okay, we'll do these first. All 3 arch things with the gold gel pen. And the top of the bridge. Yep, I'm going to like that. And then there's some sort of, I don't know, can't really see how, some sort of lines like this. And because I can't see what's happening down here, I'm going to do like just a running stitch line. Maybe I'll turn them into plus signs. I have no idea what supports the bridges look like right now. Can you guys see that? Probably not. You're going to go to the stop and find a canvas to work on? You know, it's fun. The thing is the picture is there. You just do to it what you want. Well, I couldn't hang it on the porch because this stuff is not waterproof. Or the umbrella. So now let's do this upper balcony. There's like an upper balcony here. You know what? I think that needs, well, I'll do it in gold, and then I will run a line of black underneath it. I think that's the way it's going to go. This balcony has things like this. I can see them. Oh, see, I'm smudging it. I'm smudging it, guys. Beth, did you get the partner draw for the dolls yet? Have you done the partners for the dolls? Add some black, yeah. I'll add some black right away. The only thing is that it's very heavy on the top. I will definitely need to do something with these. Definitely need to do something with those. Now let's take a fine liner. And we'll go under the bridge. There. Flower in the tray? What? What about a flower pot? Oh, you did partners? You said that you were going to add me to the trade, to the paper doll trade. Flower pot? Don't know. And I'm going to definitely do black under this. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to do that and let it sit so that this black dries. Because I'm just making a smudgy mess. One for sure, Beth, please. And is it any kind of paper dolls? Like, is it people? What kind of paper dolls? Then I'm going to take a white gel pen and go on top of that. I have white gel pens. Thank you. You know, I betcha if I even just went over these with marker and gel pen, that would give it the pop it needs. Or I have black metallic paint. Just be me? Okay, not a problem. I have black metallic paint. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do black metallic paint, and then I can use that white dimension stuff for the glass on the tops. Okay, so I guess this is getting put aside again now because I don't want to touch that and smudge it. And I have to find my paint to do this. So I will put this aside for now. The brick pillars up here. Or under here. I might just come in with a white gel pen and white, black, and gold and do that in there as well. Oh, beside the sidewalk? Those are doors. It's a door. Should I paint the door red, guys? Or are we just leaving this as the major red pop? Outline them? Okay. Well, I'll outline the building with gel pens to kind of match the color, but to give it that pop. This tree, I should probably paint with this green here so that it kind of matches. Let's just do that quick. I'll just use this brush. Since I got the green here, might as well do it, right? Just like that. Just like that. Now I want to do all the bushes like that because I got more over here. You think the umbrella should be the red pop? Yeah. Dusty did put the link to her channel in. She can put it in again if she's still here. All right. This needs to, again, go over there and dry. It has been 2 3/4 hours, guys. I am going to paint those with black metallic and do the other stuff to it. And I will show it to you. Oh, fuzzy. I will show it to you on Tuesday. I will not be streaming Sunday because of the sale for Janet. I will be posting these, like I say, in my community tab and on Meet Your Creativity. And Beth, did you want these as well? Because I could send them to you in Messenger. I'll send it to you in Messenger, Anne, and also to Dusty. Okay. Belinda, did you want them? All right. Well, thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate everybody in the balcony. I appreciate all the replayers. Thanks again. And I will see you Tuesday. Tuesday, we're doing edges. The list of supplies is up in Meet Your Creativity, and it is in the community tab. The sale for Janet, the link is posted in my description box, in my community tab, and on Meet Your Creativity. You're trading cutouts and punches? Awesome. So I will let everybody go for now, and I will see you Tuesday. Thanks for being here. Hugs to everybody. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I'll see you at the sale on Sunday. Bye now.